You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to WP Sportsdesk. We've got the hockey crew out here to preview the NHL playoffs. But before that, let's go to Joe Golding with an update on the situation regarding the NHL and their decision to attend the 2018 Winter Olympics.
The NHL announced this week that they have closed the matter about the upcoming Winter Olympics in South Korea and that they will not be attending the games. Commissioner Gary Bettman and Deputy Commissioner Bill Daly cite a lack of the disruption to the season schedule, higher risk of player injury, and fatigue as the main factors for backing out of the games. While the league may be backing out, certain players still feel the need to attend for the love of their countries. Washington Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin said, "I didn't change my mind and I won't. If somebody is going to tell me don't go, I don't care, I'll go." Other players such as Evgeny Malkin and Erik Karlsson have also stated their willingness to go. Karlsson even called this decision crap, and that whoever made that decision obviously doesn't know what they are doing. No idea if individual team owners will okay players to go, but this is a huge blow to the players and the fans.
Thanks, Joe. We're going to go down the line here. What do you make of NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman's decision to not allow his players to go to the Winter Olympics?
I mean, I think it was a horrible decision, to be quite honest with you. It would have been a great opportunity to market the game in Asia, specifically South Korea. And, of course, we did talk about there was a couple of players that completely disagreed, like Ovechkin, Karlsson, Malkin recently disagreed, and then players like Lundqvist decided to tweet about it and reach out. So overall, I think it was a horrible choice.
I mean, I totally agree. I don't understand the NHL's reasoning as to why they're doing this. I mean, they say they want to grow the game, but then they come out of the biggest event in 4 years, and then the KHL comes out yesterday, and they say, yeah, we're going to expand it to Asia. It's like, you want to expand it? If only there was a major event in Asia that the NHL could showcase their talent to.
So let's start off with the Western Conference, guys. Who has the strongest chance of making it to the conference finals?
Well, coming out of the West, it's really going to be tied up. There are a lot of good teams this year, and there's a lot of young talent, but the path is paved for Minnesota to finally crack out. Honestly, this roster, the way that it was assembled by the GM this year, he said, you know what, we're going to take a chance. Let's go for it this year. They have not a ton of pressure heading in, but with the matchups that they drew this year favorably, I see them as the contenders to come out of the West.
In my Western Conference Finals, I have the Blackhawks versus the Anaheim Ducks, and I think the Blackhawks will prevail in the Western Conference Finals. They're a strong team, very good in the playoffs, and I don't think anybody can stop them.
Now, headed back east, who's got to step up in order to reach the conference finals on this side of the country?
Definitely the Rangers. I mean, playing the Canadiens will not be easy. We lost all 3 meetings with the team. However, obviously playoffs are completely different than regular season games. Lundqvist definitely has to play up. He has been playing a lot better since his return from injury. But I mean, overall, you know, the Habs have won the last 9 of their 10 games. So Rangers definitely have to step up if they decide to play.
I mean, I agree. The Rangers do need to step up. Their defense needs to get to work. I also want to say that the Blue Jackets were a really hot team. They had a 16-game winning streak at the beginning of the season. Then they made it to the playoffs, but they've lost like 3 of their last 7 games. You can't go into the playoffs on a losing streak. That's the worst thing you want to do. So, and they're playing the Pittsburgh Penguins the first round on home ice. They don't have home ice advantage. So if the Blue Jackets want to get past like that first round, they need to step up.
Now let's get some predictions here. Who do you all having it? Who do you have making it to the Cup Finals and hosting the Stanley Cup? Well, we'll start with you.
I have the Blackhawks hosting the Stanley Cup. Have them beating the Columbus Blue Jackets in 7 games. I think the Columbus Blue Jackets will somehow prevail, beat the Penguins. Second round, they'll make it past whoever, and then so on. They'll probably beat the Rangers in the Eastern Conference Final, and Blackhawks win it all.
Mine's a bit of an offhand pick, but the Wild look like that they have, like I said, a good path to go this year. Out of the East, it has to be Washington. If Washington doesn't make it to at least the Stanley Cup Final, their season is considered a colossal failure. I'm talking about removing Ovechkin's C if he doesn't get to at least the Cup Final. But once they do reach the final, I think that the overwhelming pressure will ultimately crack Washington. Minnesota will have an easy window to go in and capitalize.
Riggi?
I'm picking the Rangers. They've been consistently great in the playoffs, and I feel like this is another year where they're going to do it. They can get past the Montreal Canadiens, I'd say maybe like 5-6 games. Then afterwards, they either play the Bruins or they play the Senators, which are two really good matchups. They make it in. And for the West, I want to say like maybe the Blackhawks. Blackhawks are just too good again this year.
Any finals predictions?
I mean, I have Blackhawks, obviously, because they've been, great playoff players. I do have Capitals actually winning the whole thing. They've been, like I said, very good lately, winning 9 out of their 10 games. And, of course, they won the President's Trophy last 2 years in a row. So, I mean, a Blackhawks-Capitals final would be absolutely amazing, but I do have Capitals winning it all.
All right, sounds good. And that's all the time we have for this episode of WP Sports Desk. Thank you to our analyst, crew, studio manager Al Clarke as well. From Studio B in Hobart Hall, I'm Dylan Burns. See you next time.